I just want to remind you, because I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change and not being able to make them change, and not thinking I could. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier sometimes, that in order for something to change, there needs to be change.
If you've always done what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always gotten. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, thinking a different result. And I think a lot of people do that. I remember growing up, right, in high school, you get those, right, in high school you always have those people that you think are going to be like successful, then you got some that are like losers and stuff like that. And the one thing I noticed with the kids that, whether they were in a lower level, lower IQ class, or they just weren't, they didn't really have aspirations like that, they would say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, but then you would see what they're actually doing, and they're doing the same thing they've always done. They're still smoking weed, they're still playing video games all the time. They keep saying, I'm going to change, I'm going to make a change, but they never actually make a change. So, I mean, obviously you want to start small. It could be with just like cutting out one bad habit and then slowly building from there. But the reality is you're going to have to give up and stop doing the things you're currently doing if you want to change from what you're doing.
Yep.
And I don't think enough people understand and appreciate that you must actually take real, hard, tangible steps towards changing if you want to actually get the change that you want.
I don't like it.